Hi class, it's Sergio, and for my signature assignment for our microbiology class, I will be discussing with you guys chickenpox or the varicella zoster virus. So chickenpox or the varicella zoster virus, VZV for short, is a virus that many of us, or at least some of us, are very familiar with from our childhood. It is that virus that some of our parents tried to have us catch intentionally by playing with other kids that had been infected with the virus. At the time, it didn't make sense, didn't know why, kind of do now. So the reason being is that the older we get, um, the more severe the symptoms are if we're infected. So listed here on this first slide is the model or diagram of it that we're familiar from class. So just to break it down, the middle of it is a double-stranded DNA genome. Um, it's immediately surrounded by a nucleocapsid, and then right out the outer layer of that is a tegument, and then the lipid envelope. So the way the virus affects the body is it first infects the respiratory tract, the mucosa of um, the mouth or nose, and then it works its way inward. Um, it gains access to our T cells where it replicates and it spreads, um, like we learned in class, from the outside in to the rest of the body. Um, the virus, the recovery time is typically 10 to 14 days, which maybe will be on one of our quizzes. So the virus is highly contagious, and the primary method of transmission is via airborne droplets. It's probably why our parents had us just play within the vicinity of other infected kids, because we can catch it without even knowing. However, there are also contact precautions because you can contract the virus also by physical contact with the pus from the um, shingles rash. Some of the symptoms of chickenpox are common amongst other diseases or infections, such as fever, fatigue, headache, also loss of appetite. Because these are some common symptoms, it makes it difficult to have an early detection or diagnosis of the varicella zoster virus. Um, However, a unique characteristic of this disease is a rash that covers the entire body. The rash does develop into small red blisters, which do become itchy. And because it's hard to tell a kid not to scratch anywhere that it itches, they commonly turn into scars. Now, like I mentioned earlier, you can become infected with this virus later on in life as an adult. That form of the disease is shingles. Now, the difference between the chickenpox and the shingles, the rash or the blisters, is that um, with shingles, they're pus-filled blisters, and instead of itching, they're actually really painful. Um, um, Getting infected later on in life also does put you at risk for more severe conditions such as pneumonia and encephalitis. However, since the United States implemented the chickenpox vaccine in the late 1990s, there has been a reduction in um, incidences or cases of 97%. So there's no need for us to have our kids play with other kids to get infected early in life, there is now a very effective vaccine available. While the implementation of the chickenpox virus here in the United States has significantly reduced the incidence rate, the virus still remains endemic to many other regions around the world. Some of the risk factors of these areas include heavily populated areas where the virus is able to spread quickly, um, areas with temperate climates where the virus is able to survive longer, and also areas that lack medical resources, personnel, medication, and obviously the vaccine. Um, while there is no cure for either chickenpox or shingles, treatment options include treating symptoms. With the children, relieving or alleviating the itching of the skin. Like I mentioned earlier, it's hard to prevent a kid from scratching some like skin when it's itchy. And with the adults, it's pain relief because the pus-filled blisters of shingles are painful rather than itchy. Um, some AI or artificial intelligence models that are in clinical research and studies are methods to detect patterns within the development of chickenpox or shingles. So you're able to detect and treat it earlier. Um, with early detection, it increases the odds of um, prevention and preventing the virus from further developing within the body and um, seeing the full extent of the symptoms. Now, the major or the biggest hurdle that is standing in the way of this research is the lack of resources and the lack of data. This type of AI model does require um, the processing of a lot of data to find these patterns, and it's difficult to just recruit people that are willing to participate. And that is my presentation on chickenpox. I hope the information helps us with our exams later, but thank you for watching.